असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. O Lord, please lead us from unreality to the reality, ignorance to the knowledge, and from mortality to the immortality. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, the previous week we did see and try to understand what is yoga. Yoga has got two meanings broadly. One is yoga in the meaning of sanyoga. Sanyoga is joining the individual self with the supreme self. Jivaikya Brahma. The jiva, the individual self, is getting merged with the Brahman, the universal self or supreme self. The other is yoga is used in the form of viyoga, the separation. Sometimes, like when a son or daughter has been put in the boarding school, the parents, they leave the son or daughter in the boarding school and they'll be coming. The parents one side and the children other side, both will be crying. Why? There is a viyoga, there is a temporary separation. For some months or some weeks, the parents will not be able to see the child and child will not be able to see the parents. So there it is called viyoga. So in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in the Sankhya philosophy also, the word yoga is used in this sense, viyoga. Here viyoga is differentiation, difference, or separate. Separate what? Separate the Purusha, the self, with the Prakriti, the nature, with the world and world's components or products. So what is that separate? What is the discrimination between self and Prakriti, nature, we have seen in the previous class. Kshetragna Yoga, that is 13th chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, it discusses about this beautifully, how to separate. Now, and what is this Ashtanga Yoga? The 8 limbs of yoga we saw. Heya Yetu, Hana, Hanopaya. There is a suffering, Heya Yetu. There is a cause of suffering, Hana, by moksha or mukti or kaivalya or nirvana, whatever you say. The separation of Purusha and Prakriti is the Hana. And Hanopaya, Upaya, the means, the secret, the methodology, the technique to attain that separation of Purusha and Prakriti is Ashtanga Yoga, that we saw. And one is for the best aspirant, like best student, for them it is Abhyasa and Vairagya is enough, practice and renunciation. The second was Kriya Yoga for the mediocre spiritual aspirants. Kriya Yoga consists tapas, austerity, swadhyaya, self-study, and repetition of mantras, repetition of Lord's name, and so many other things includes. And Ishvara Pranidhana, devotion to the Lord, or surrendering at the Lord, surrendering the fruits of action to the Lord. Ishvara Pranidhana, overall meaning. The third was Ashtanga Yoga. Some philosophers of yoga philosophers say Ashtanga Yoga includes everything, so that is enough for anyone and everyone, irrespective of on which state or which level you are in your sadhana, yoga sadhana. Some say no, it is for the beginners at the initial stages it is meant. The Ashtanga Yoga is for the beginners or at the initial level, at the low level of sadhana. Now, which to follow? Anything is fine. If you practice Ashtanga Yoga, and by practicing Ashtanga Yoga, one can attain Samadhi. Samadhi means sleep. So also, here sleep I'm not saying. Samadhi means understanding who am I, differentiating myself, the seer, from the seen, discrimination between the Purusha and Prakriti, and once it becomes the matter of fact, once I experience it, that is what Samadhi is called. In Samadhi, that's what it happens. So by Ashtanga Yoga, we can attain the freedom, absolute freedom, which is the final goal of every human being according to the Oriental philosophy. Whereas Semitic religions say that going to heaven is the final goal. But the Indian philosophy, in majority, they would accept it. Because if you go to heaven, you may have to come back. So go and come back. Work, acquire the fruits of action, good fruits of action, go and enjoy there, and again come back. So it is better how to put a permanent full stop. How can I be eternally free from bondage? They say, you understand yourself. Who are you? Atma, Sakshatkara, realizing oneself. Self realization is the key, is the solution for all freeness or freedom to be completely free from the bondage. We were seeing that. And how it happens? We are, by practicing Ashtanga Yoga, what happens? The impurities gets destroyed. Once the impurities gets destroyed, the mind becomes cleansed. So the mind will be able to reflect the knowledge. The mind will be able to reflect the consciousness. That is what Purusha. Just like for an example, there is a light, and in front of the a lamp, there is a beautiful glass chimney. In the olden days, we used to use. Now, the chimney inside, there's a black soot completely. You get little light of that from that layer, from that lamp, but it is not complete. Then just you try to wipe it out. Some portion of the black soot or the dirty dirt which was deposited on the glass chimney has been removed. So the more amount of light you start to get derive. The more you clean the chimney, the more light you get it. Once it is completely cleaned, then you'll get the cent percent, more or less, cent percent light. You can get the benefit of that, isn't it? So similarly, our mind is completely filled with so many thoughts and so many impurities. Since the mind is filled with all the impurities, we are not able to understand who am I. Even if we understand the philosophically all these truths, we are not put into practice, or we are not able to realize, we are not able to experience. Why? Because of impurities of the mind. So once this impurities of the mind is cleansed, then we'll be able to experience all these transcendental truths which the scriptures and the great prophets, seers, or saints, or philosophers are saying. So with this Ashtanga Yoga, all our impurities, mental impurities mainly, is been removed, and your body and mind get strengthened, and knowledge is since an effulgent. Once your mind is cleansed, the instrument of the reflection, for the reflection, then the knowledge dawns, then you are a realized person. Then what happens? You will be the free person. You will free from the bondage. That is what called Viveka Kyati in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Means it is nothing but self-knowledge. Now, first limb of yoga, or the first part of yoga, is called Yama. What is this Yama? Himsadibhyaha nishiddha karmabhyaha yoginam yamayanti nivartayanti. Himsadi, troubling people, killing others, troubling others, tormenting others, all these things, such type of actions which can be shunned, which has to be shunned. By doing that, what happens? Yogi nam yamayanti nivartayanti. All our impurities, all our instinctiveness, all our animal tendencies will be curbed, will be removed, and will be fit for freedom. Yam means to control, to pull back, to control the mind, and to pull back the mind from the world or from the prakriti. Means it helps the sadhaka to withdraw from the empirical world and to keep insight on himself or on the purusha. It will help. So this yama consists of five things. What is that? One is ahimsa, Ahimsa is non-killing, Satya, speaking truth, then Asteya, non-stealing, Brahmacharya, continence, and Aparigraha, non-receiving gifts, are called Yama. We will try to see in detail. What is this Ahimsa, non-killing? I should not kill anyone. Definitely. Then what about the soldiers? Yes. Soldiers, if like for an example, some other country, if they attack on Ireland, what the Irish soldiers should do? Here Ahimsa has been told. No, for them it is not Himsa. Why? Because it is their dharma, it is their duty. If they don't they should give warning, and if they don't listen to the warning, then Irish soldiers, to save their motherland, to save the Ireland people, they may have to kill the soldiers. So that is not at all wrong. Now I am a civilian. Unnecessarily, if I kill some other civilian, other people, then it is a wrong, it is a sin. And this ahimsa has got very wide meaning. Ahimsa is not only killing someone. I should not trouble someone. Say, for an example, a person, an old man is walking, is going on the road. I throw a stone on him or I beat him, especially sometimes adolescent youngsters, they do. When Swami Vivekananda was walking in the Chicago streets 150 years before, someone pushed him, someone pulled his peta, turban, someone gave a strong punch. All these things they did. These all things are also himsa. For no reason, I am troubling someone, troubling some other person. Either sometimes it is instinctive or bad nature, or some people they said it's out of fun they did. So all these things should be shunned or controlled. It should be avoided at the physical level. Now, at the level of thought and the level of mental level, that is at the level of speech. I'm very straightforward, so I will speak as it is. Fine. But at the same time, by my straightforwardness, by my straightforward speech, I am hurting so many people. No, that should be avoided. Vak tapas, it is told. It should be avoided. I should tell the truth, no doubt. I should speak the truth, no doubt. But at the same time, by my sentence unnecessarily, I should not torment someone. People should not feel bad from that vak tapas. So that through speech, we can do himsa also. Then thought level, mentally. Oh God, let him die. Let him incur loss. Let his health get, let him get ill health. Let him get disease. Even so at the thought level, we may do himsa. We may do injury for someone. Thoughts are very strong. So even at the mental level, at the thought level also, we should not trouble anyone. So manasa, karmana is by action at the physical level. Manasa at the thought level. Vacha by speech. Sarva bhuteshu, including all beings. Sarvada aklesha jananam prokta tu ahimsa paramarshivihi. The great sages have said, at the physical level, at the mental level, at the speech level, we should not trouble anyone. We should not injure anyone, or we should not injure any being on this earth, on this universe. So that is what called Yama. Ahimsa. That is non-killing. Means at any level, we should not simply, for without any logical reason, without any proper reason, we should not hurt anyone. Now the question may come to all of us. Say for an example, a teacher scolds the student. A teacher tells many times, no, my dear boy or girl, you should not do this. This is not a right way. You should do assignments properly. You should read the lessons, whatever we taught. You should behave well in the class. So many things like this we have told. Teachers, they might have told to students. Now, some students, they don't listen. And they keep doing the same mistake. And the teachers are telling again and again. And they compare and they show, see how your friend is behaving and what is your behavior. And in so many times they told, they didn't listen. Sometimes they may have to tell little emphatically or little, they may have to shout, what is this? Why are you doing this again and again? Don't you have any sons? See your friend how he is so nicely behaving. Why don't you do this? It is not, it doesn't befit you. You are not supposed to do this, my dear. Sometimes you may have to tell strongly, emphatically. Then the child starts crying, the boy or girl starts crying. Is it not himsa? No, because there the teacher it is a duty. Otherwise, because the child doesn't understand what is right or wrong at that time, or the child may be helpless because of its own reasons. So by doing by telling little strongly or emphatically, the child today or tomorrow it will correct herself or himself. That's the reason that is not called himsa. And doctor, while doing the operation, he has to cut. Because of a cut on the body, we will have a pain, no doubt. I mean, before, after the operation, I used to say, if you are given anesthesia, it will not be. Then is it a himsa? No. If they don't do it, then I may die. So this we have to understand. Then the second part of Yama is called Satya, speaking the truth. Sarvatha, at all times, Anruta, Anabhishana, Bhashanam, means we should not speak untruth at any time. Means we should speak truth all times. Now the question comes. Here, Dharma Sukshma is very important. Means here Ruta means that which takes straightly, which straightly takes to the God. Anruta means it is not only untruth, which is crooked also. Sometimes we say, okay, truth, fine, but it should not be crooked also. So that should be avoided. In Ramayana, which was one of the first history book in the whole world, and which is one of the which is the first poetry, the book on poetry in the entire world called Ramayana. That is the life of Rama, which is in India, thousands of years before, which happened this. It is beautiful. It is in a poetry form, 24,000 verses. There, Rama explains to his brother Lakshmana about the truth. Satyam bruyat. Always speak the truth. Priyam bruyat. But it should be always pleasant also. It should be good. Na bruyat satyam apriyam. If the truth is unpleasant to someone, if there is no proper reason or dharma, prakshan of dharma, religion, then you should not speak the unpleasurable truths. You should try to avoid. Priyam cha nanrutam bruyat. If okay, that is untruth, it is a false, but it is a pleasantful. Oh, we tell sometimes how good you are. We also know, we all know that he's not good person, right person. But because to please him, for whatever the reason, we speak false. It is which is pleasurable, but at the same time, it is far from the truth. So can we speak such type of things? Pleasurable words, pleasurable sentences, but which is far from truth? No. Priyam chananrutam bhuyat. It may be pleasurable. It may be very sweet quoted sentences. If it is far from truth, no, we should not speak. Yesha dharma sanatana. This is what dharma, sanatana dharma. How beautiful it is. Means satya means it is always telling the truth. It should be free from false and it should be free from crookedness also. But at the same time, it should help the people. For an example, a ascetic was performing his penance in a thatched hut in a forest. He was an hermit basically. He was doing his penance, he was counting his beads, and he was practicing austerities. In the olden days, people had to walk from one place to another. Many times they had to pass the forest. A traveler who was a businessman, who had enough cash, gold, and jewelry with him, he was he was also passing by. Somehow the thieves came to know that this fellow is a rich person, he has got lot of money, lot of jewelry, gold, etc. Then they chased him. He started running. One is to save his life and also to save his riches. He ran, and he saw there is a hermit sitting and counting the beads. And there is a place. There is a hut. Then he comes and he protests to that sadhu or an ascetic, said, "My dear venerable sir, thieves are chasing me. They want to kill me and they want to rob all my riches. Can I take at your shelter? Can I take shelter at your feet? Can I hide in your hut?" Then the sadhu said, "Yes, my dear, you have come and taking refuge at my feet as a dharma, as my right duty. I'm supposed to protect you. This is a fellow feeling being, fellow feeling. So please go inside the hut and hide yourself." Then that businessman was very happy. He thanked him, he saluted him, he prostrated at his feet, and he went inside in the hut and he thought, okay, I'm safe because the thieves are unaware that I am hiding myself in this hut. Now, after some time, after a few moments or minutes, the thieves coming, the thieves came the same way in the same path. Then they asked for sadhu, for that ascetic, "My dear sir, did you see any traveler or a rich man who was carrying his gold, jewelry, riches, and running for his life?" Now, the problem for this sadhu is, for this monk or ascetic is, he's supposed to speak the truth. He cannot speak untruth, false. Now, what should he do? If he tells the truth, yes, he is in the hut, then he will be killed. If he tells, no, I don't know, I have not seen, then he will be speaking false, which is not the right thing. What should he do? What he do? He thought. Then this thief said, "Oh, sir, you are a great ascetic. You are a great monk. You are none other than God Himself. That's how we all, respect you. I think, or we think, that you will tell the truth. You will never tell the false, isn't it, sir? Can we expect the truth, sir? Kindly please tell the truth, sir." Like that, nicely they spoke. Then that sadhu also is a fool, according to me. Also, that yes, I should speak the truth. They have got so much faith on me, so I should speak the truth. And he said, "Yes, he is hiding in my hut." Then the people went and they pulled him out. They they were beating and he tried to run away. So he was killed. And in front of that sadhu, they robbed him and they took all his money, gold, jewelry, and they left. In front of that hut, the business person or the rich person died, and the sadhu was saying it. And sadhu had to be a spectator. You see, speaking the truth is very important. But by speaking the truth, if you are putting someone into trouble unnecessarily, if you are putting someone into the risk or someone's life is going, then we should not speak the truth. Now, again, a question may come in someone's mind. Now, someone is doing robbery. I have seen. Should I not inform Garda, police or not? Yes, we should. Definitely, because the thieves are doing wrong thing. It is not right. So we should inform. If they ask the police or guard, if they ask, if we have seen, probably we have to say that, yes, I have seen and he is the person who robbed. So Satya, speaking truth, is very important. At the same time, it has got its own conditions sometimes, and it has got different shades of meaning also. It has got different angles also, that we should keep it in the mind. And Sri Ramakrishna says that in this Kali Yuga, in this present age, speaking the truth is the highest austerity, highest tapas. If you can follow this Satya, all time speaking the truth of your life, then you can realize God. You need not to repeat the name of the Lord. You need not to do any austerities. You need not to become monk or an ascetic. But by following the truth, by speaking the truth, all of his life, then you'll be able to have realization, God realization or self-realization. So speaking the truth is the highest austerity, highest tapas, as told by Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the greatest incarnation, that is Sri Ramakrishna. So speaking truth is very, very important. By speaking truth, we get lot of mental power, lot of strong will, and so many things, so many other powers we do get, but it is not that easy to practice the path of truth, but it is possible. It is difficult, but it is possible. Now the third limb of Yama. So we have got 8 limbs of yoga. Among the 8 limbs of yoga, first limb is Yama. In the Yama, there are 5 more limbs. So first we finished Ahimsa, non-injury, and the second part, and the second limb of Yama, Satya, speaking the truth. We have seen, and the third is Asteya, means ashastra purvakam dravyanam paratah swikaranam. We should not steal someone's health. Asteya, we should not steal someone's health, and we should not take someone's wealth also. Means whatever it belongs to me or belongs to us, we should take it. That is what called Asteya. In Ishavasya Upanishad, one of the small Upanishads, which has got 18 verses, which was dear to Mahatma Gandhi. In that first verse, it comes, Ishavasya sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tektena bunjita magruda kasya svidhanam. Magrudaha kasya svidhanam. Don't covet others' wealth. That is the path to reach the God or reach the self. We should not steal someone's property. Oh, so no one is there in their house. So there is a riches or gold or jewelry or money or costly items. Let me steal that. No one knows, no problem. No, that is not allowed. We should not. Then, by telling lies, by cheating in the business, if I get a lot of profit, even that is also viruddha. That is also against dharma. It is also against asteya. Why? Because by giving false promises, by telling lies, by cheating someone, you are taking someone's wealth, someone's money. So that is also against asteya. And by hook or crook, or by injury, or by power, position, I take away someone's wealth. If so, that is also against this principle asteya, non-stealing. And corruption. Corruption has become the greatest problem in the world. In many countries, there is a huge corruption. Then what about this? Yes, corruption is also against this asteya. Why? Because I am a minister. I have been paid for my services. I am supposed to do my work properly. Okay, I will sign your application. You give me 10,000 euros or 5,000 euros. Okay, I will sanction your project. Give me 8,000 euros. No, that 8,000 euros doesn't belong to me. It belongs to someone else. You are taking away someone's money, someone's wealth in unrighteous way, not in the righteous way. That is not right. Even corruption is also, I guess it is, corruption is also nothing but the theft or stealing. So that is what it is, not asteya. So it is not asteya, means it is not only theft. Even this corruption is also, it is also a type of stealing only. Or giving the projects for known people, if they are given because of less expenditure of the less billing, or in the what you say, in the estimate they have given the less code, then you have gone to them, though it is a known people, fine. Because I know someone, even though they have given the highest code, but I go for them. That is also a sort of against asteya. So asteya has got different shades of meaning. We should think. Then brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means celibacy. We should not marry. So this is a general idea, prevalent idea in many people. It is a very limited idea, and it is not a right idea actually. This brahmacharya has got mainly three meanings. Brahmacharya. First is Brahmani charati iti brahmacharya. Means one whose mind completely established in the Brahman or in the self, one whose mind is contemplating on the Brahman, one whose mind is always towards the Brahman, towards the self or towards the God, he or she is called Brahmachari or Brahmacharini. So Brahmacharya means God intoxicated life or Godward's life, or the life which is dedicated for self-realization or God realization. That is what called brahmacharya. Okay, means God conscious life, self-conscious life, pure awareness, pure conscious. The life with pure awareness or conscious, that is what brahmacharya. The other shade of meaning is called Vedadhyayana. Brahma means Vedas. These are the ancient old scriptures of Sanatana Dharma, but it can be, these are the universal values, universal truths are there. So even others also can think about it, can study about it. And any scriptures, any scripture studying can be considered as also Brahmacharya. And the third part is celibacy. No, for a monk or for a bachelor, yes, there should be absolute control over the sex thoughts and they cannot do anything. They should not do. Now, what about the married person? Yes, married person can enjoy with her wife, or a person can enjoy with her wife, and a wife can enjoy with her husband, his wife and her husband, sorry, but not with others. In a controlled way, they can enjoy wife and husband, but not with others. But whereas for a brahmachari, for a bachelor, and for the monk, it is completely shunned. It is not at all allowed. So, but this is one of the meaning of the brahmacharya. But unfortunately, in the day-to-day thing or in the general meaning, brahmacharya means celibacy. That's all we are thinking. No. And Sri Ramakrishna, if you see, in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, in every page or after two, we will be seeing that Kama Kanchan Tyaga. Means lustful thoughts and the intense desire for wealth should be shunned. That means what? Should not we have desires at all? Should we not acquire money? Or should we not struggle or should we not work for money? No, you can do it because we have to do it. Our life has to depend. We need money to lead our life, to purchase things, etc., etc. But we should not confine ourselves with that. That's what we mean. Okay, I want to enjoy more and more. My desires should be fulfilled more and more. My wants should be uh, fulfilled more and more. I work for that. Just to fulfill my desires, I have to have money, to have progeny. That's all I think, and nothing else. So such type of instinctive life should be shunned. That's what when Sri Ramakrishna said. The lustful thoughts and the intense desire for gold or wealth should be left means what? Instinctive life should be, our pleasurable life should be shunned. We should not stop there. You can enjoy pleasures, not worldly pleasures, no doubt, but don't stop there itself, because if you go further in the life, there are so many other better things are there, so that you don't stop your progress. Fill the mind with high thoughts. Fill your mind with high thoughts. Maybe thoughts of God, thoughts of self, thoughts of ideas, good ideas. It is also a part of Brahmacharya. So Brahmacharya means it is not only celibacy. Studying scriptures, studying books, it is very, very important. So it keeps our intellectual pace at a particular level. Then the last one is aparigraha. Aparigraha means not accepting the gifts more than our necessity or beyond our true requirements. This has been told particularly more for monks or for ascetics. I need 2 pairs of clothes. Fine, have that. Okay, 1 pair of clothes is required because sometimes if the cloth doesn't get dry, or I washed the cloth, the other cloth got shabby, dirt, or some milk got spill over, some food got spill over, and when I was going out, I fell and my body, clothes got shabby. So, okay, 3rd pair you may have, but more than that, monk, ascetic is not supposed to have. In simple sentence, if you want me to tell, simple living, high thinking has to be practiced. Okay, I need 2 plates and 2 cups and 2 saucers. That's fine. Have it. Now, someone is giving 3rd cup, 3rd plate, 3rd saucer. Should I accept it? I should say that thank you. You can give for someone else, whoever is in need of it. Because I don't need. I may want, but I'm not in need. The necessity and wants, there's a lot of difference. I need clothes, no doubt. And you have got 2 or 3 pair of clothes, that's enough. 4th or 5th or 10th pair, there is no need. It is all for ascetic and for sadhakas. Now, a common person, he will have 10, 15 pairs of clothes, different clothes for some party, different birthday party, something. If you go to pub, there may be some other type of clothes you may have to wear. And you go to some other functions, you may have to go different clothes. And day-to-day things, you may have to use different types of clothes. So generally, family people are tend to have different types of clothes, many pairs, that's fine. But you should have discrimination, how much I need. You can have 10, 15, 20, 50, whatever it may be, but you should think how much I am in need of it. So there is a lot of difference between need and wants or desires. I need one house. Okay, you built it, fine. I will require better. I can have second house also, so that for my son or daughter. Okay, I have got 10 houses and I want 11th house now. I think this becomes too much. Now you are working sincerely, you are struggling and you are working sincerely, you got money and you have made one more house, that may be okay, that can be accepted. But just having owing the property always and not enjoying the life, it is not a right one. So Shariradi Sthiti Matra Vitirikta Bhoga Sadhana Asvikaraha. There was a great saint called Sadashiva Brahmendra. He's from Andhra Pradesh, I mean Tamil Nadu, I think. He's one of the greatest Advaitic saint. He says that whatever is required to sustain my body, that's all, that much only I should take. Then other than this, more than that, everything becomes bhoga, pleasurable things. So that should be shunned or that should be not accepted. So to maintain, means for sadhana, we have to maintain the wonderful instrument given by God that's called body. So for this maintenance of the body, for the sustenance of the body, whatever you are required, whatever is the need and whatever is required, yes, you can take it, you can have it, but more than that, you are not supposed to have it or acquire it, or you should not desire for it. Now you should not think that okay, shastras or scriptures are against acquisition of wealth, acquiring wealth. If you want wealth only, you are free to acquire wealth, no doubt. But you should, but from that you may not be able to have a control over the mind. That's very important. Sometimes people are living in the riches; they have got a better control of the mind even than the poor person who is living in the thatched hut or on the footpath. Again, that's all subjective. We can't give the objective explanations there. But in generally, if your wants are more, your desires are more, then you will be restless and you have to work more to acquire all that things. If you want that alone, never mind. But whoever wants to be established in the yoga, whoever wants to be spiritual person, for them it is not allowed. That we should understand. If you want yoga, then you have to leave this. If you say that no, I want bhoga, I want pleasurable things, I'm not bothered much about yoga. If you say so, then there is no problem. Rightfully, ethically, you can acquire the wealth how much ever you want. You can accept the gifts how much ever you want. You can see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. This happened in 1882 or 83 or 84. 10,000 rupees. A Marwadi devotee. He comes and he approaches Sri Ramakrishna. He said, Sir, Venerable Sir, I would like to donate this 10,000 rupees for you. Kindly accept this humble donation. I want to serve you. Imagine, in the 1882, 83 or 84, 10,000 rupees in India, it was so much. 1 acre of land was probably 30 rupees. In 10,000 rupees, how many acres he would have purchased? Just for 100 rupees, you could have bought 3 acres, 3 to 4 acres. 3 to 4 acres for 100 rupees, then 10,000. 3 tens of 30, around 300 to 400 acres he was able to probably you could have purchased. You could have built a big house. You could have got a lot of gold, jewelry, everything. But, and probably for any common person, if it was approved, you would have accepted happily, you would have thanked him, blah, blah, all these things would have happened. But in Sri Ramakrishna's case, it never happened this. Sri Ramakrishna said, look, you want to spoil my life? Never. Whatever I need, Mother Kali is protecting and she's providing me, that's enough. Then he pleads again and again. Sri Ramakrishna says, no, Then this devotee asks, at least you call your wife Sharada Devi. At least you are always ascetic. You are a person who is full of renunciation. You may not knowing all these things. Probably she will be required. She is a person who is running the family. So she will be knowing the worth of it. So why don't you call her? Then Sri Ramakrishna said, okay, fine. And he sends a word to her. And Holy Mother, Sri Sharda Devi comes. Now imagine how what a thing. And Sri Ramakrishna gives the freedom, you see. I am man of renunciation, fine, but at the same time, my wife also should have same life. She should be also like me, like life of renunciation. He never expected. He gave enough freedom to her wife, and also he respected her freedom. He respected her opinions or decisions. Beautiful. That's how a family can go well together. A husband and wife can live happily with difference of opinions. Then Holy Mother, Sri Sharda Devi was called, and Sri Ramkrishna started explaining, look, this particular devotee, he would like to give 10,000 rupees as a donation. He wants to donate for us. He wants to give as a gift. I have said I don't need whatever is required. Basic things has been given by mother, provided by mother, so I don't need. And he wants to give you, so will you mind to accept? Will you mind to take? Holy Mother Sharda Devi, who comes from rural background, from poor background, she didn't have any formal schooling like us. Immediately she said, look, if you take the money or if I receive the money, whether you receive the money or I receive the money, both are one and the same. Why? We are part of one family, part of one house. Even after accepting that money, what will I do? I will use the, I will spend that, money for the family, our own family. And for you, most of the money I may spend on you only. So whether you are accepting or whether I am accepting, both are one and the same, isn't it? When you said no, then even I also don't need it. Then, very softly, very gently, she also refused the donation or offer, given by the Marwadi devotee, 10,000 rupees. So this is what called aparigraha. Even Sri Ramakrishna also come from rural background. She had studied only fourth grade or fourth class, and again he also had a poor life. He never had one house properly. He never had more than 3 or 4 pairs of clothes properly, and he was living in the Calcutta in someone's room. That is that room where he was living. It was belonged to Dakshineshwar's temple complex. And the money was getting 6 or 7 rupees salary. In that whole life he had to maintain. The whole family had to be maintained, but he never bothered. So whatever the basic necessities, 2 types food and 2 sets of clothes, for that mother has given, that is enough. Many times he never had a tanga fare, horse carriage fare to go one place to another. He had to ask the devotees for sponsorship. But in spite of that poor background, but still, Sri Ramakrishna never accepted the gift from this Marwadi Bhakta. Similarly, the owner of the temple, Rani Rasamani, her son-in-law, again Mathurnath Vishwas, who was looking after the entire temple building complex and her estates, he also once said, I am written so many acres of land in your name. After my death, I don't know who will look after you. So, as a result, whatever the crops you get from that, you can sell that and you can take care of your life, or you can use the crops for your uh, family. Or you can sell that if you want, you can sell that and whatever the money you get it, and you can use it for your personal use. Immediately, if someone had given for us, oh, thank you. You are such a wonderful person, God gifted person. Your God has come in your form and you are giving. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Lord, we would have said. But Sri Ramakrishna, contrary, Sri Ramakrishna went to beat him. What? You want to spoil me? You want to spoil my spiritual life? You want me to get away from the God? What are you doing? And he screamed at him. He went to beat. Mathurnath Vishwas was horrified. What? I want to help you. I want to serve you by giving gift. And people would have been contented, happy, blissful, thankful. Contrary, you were trying to beat me. What is this? Then Shri Ramkrishna says, whatever I want, mother has given. Mother is giving. Why should I boggle about it? means complete dependence on the mother. First thing is, second thing is by accepting unnecessary things in my life, my spiritual life will be ruined, my devotion will be lessened. I may get away from the path of spirituality, from the path of truth. So I don't want. Means aparigraha. Parigraha is receiving, aparigraha is not receiving the gifts which is more than necessity. I've finished my food now. I have completely, filled my stomach. Someone comes, sir, why don't you take my food? I said, thank you, brother. I don't need because I finished my food. I am not in need of it. So aparigraha is non-receiving, non-accepting the gifts which is more than necessity. So this is what we see very clearly in all the great people's life. So Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Aparigraha, and Brahmacharya. These are the five sublimbs of Ashtanga Yoga, are the five limbs, are the five parts of the Yama. So, but in the Yajnavalkya's Yoga Yajnavalkya has written one Yoga Upanishad probably, in that he gives for the Yama for the 10 things. Ahimsa, same thing, non-injury, Satya, Satyam truth, Asteya, same thing, non-stealing, Brahmacharya, speaking the, studying the scriptures or practicing celibacy, and Daya, compassion, then Kshama, means forgiveness, then Dhruti. Dhruti is strong willpower, Shaucha, cleanliness or purity, Mitahara, how much ever is required in the mediocre eating, and Arjava. So all these 10 things are constitutes Yama according to the Yajnavalkya. But standardly, Yama includes only 5 things, 5 limbs or 5 components, which has been universally accepted by all the sages and saints or philosophers. So by practicing what happens, we will have a control over the mind. Yama and Niyama. Next is Niyama. In the next class, I will be taking what is Niyama. Yama and Niyama, it will help us to control our mind and to control our senses. It is nothing but the moral values or ethical values. We all speak of morality and ethics. By practicing, one will be in a righteous path, who can be nearer to God, and the society will be safe, and also everyone will be getting equal share of good amount of food and all other necessities. And the whole Buddhist, that Ashtanga Marga we say, 8 limbs of the path, the Ashtanga Marga, which is given by Buddha, the Ashtanga Marga of Buddha depends on these 2 things, Yama, Niyama, that's all. The whole Ashtanga Yoga depends on this Yama and Niyama. Yama and Niyama are nothing but the moral and ethical values. Any spiritual growth has to happen, the morality and ethics has to be very strong. In the name of religion, lot of bloodshed happens. In the name of religion, lot of scandals, sex scandals, or money scandals, and exploitation. All these things happen, and the people start abusing the religion. The people start losing the faith in the religion. This all happens. Why? Because that particular religion or the religious followers lack this yama niyama, the values, moral and ethical values. That's why the spirituality can be well strongly grown, which is based on this yama and niyama, ethical and moral values. If a person doesn't have morality and ethics, then he cannot be a spiritual person at all. This we should think always. He's a spiritual person, but he's not moral or he's not ethical. No, that is never acceptable. Someone is manipulating the things. Someone is telling false statements always. Someone is, giving the facts in a wrong way, crooked way. All these things, if a spiritual person is doing, that means it is not a spiritual person in toto, in reality. Of course, people have defects, no doubt, but in toto or in reality. So Yama and Niyama are the basic moral and ethical values which needs for everyone, either you are spiritual person or not, whether you want God or not, whether you want self-relation or not. This Yama and Niyama, these 10 things, like we can say 10 commandments of human being, or 10 commandments of sound society, we can say. To have a sound society, to have a strong society, value-based society, the 10 commandments can be Yama and Niyama. So we have tried to understand what is Yama, and in the next class, by the grace of God, we shall try to understand what is Niyama in the next week. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.
ॐ